Hi, this is a video about using the Google Calendar for St. Vincent de Paul in Wakefield. I'm going to go over responsibilities around the calendar. If you're a caseworker, we'll go over adding your availability for going on a visit. If you're an intake person, we'll show how to see who's available to go on a visit. Phone coverage is coordinating the phone. We use the calendar to see who has the phone and planning for the future of who will get the phone next. So required to get started, you'll need a Google account. If you have a Gmail account, then you have a Google account. That is your Google account. If you don't have one, go to google.com and create one. You'll need a laptop, a desktop, or a smartphone. Um, in this video, we're going to go over using a laptop and desktop from a web browser. Okay. Get into it here. First thing we'll need to do is verify which Google account you're using. So you need to go to google.com. This is one way of doing it. This is a sure way of doing it. Looking in the upper right-hand corner for the Google account bubble, you can see that my big M here. If you float over that with your cursor, it shows your Google account. And you want to verify that this is correct. If you're not logged into Google at all, there'll be a big sign in button and you can click on that and sign in. In this case, this is not the account that I want to use. So I want to click on this and change my account to the correct one. I'm logged into two accounts right now, so I just have to toggle, but it will allow me, if I'm not logged in, it'll allow me to log in with my username and password. Once you're logged in, let's verify that now. Okay, yes, this is the account that I want to use. You'll want to start the calendar. You'll see the Google grid of apps. Click here and then click calendar, and that will start the calendar. So I'm going to view my personal calendar, which is the default view when you first go in. So this is my personal calendar. Every account has their own personal calendar, and you can add events to that calendar. And this is all just for personal use. To see the St. Vincent de Paul calendar, on the left-hand side, you'll see this list of my calendars. You'll have at least two calendars. In this case, your personal one and the St. Vincent de Paul one. Look down, and St. Vincent de Paul starts with SVDP, St. Francis. So I'm going to turn off the personal one and turn on the St. Vincent de Paul. And here's the St. Vincent de Paul calendar. It's a different color, and you'll see entries for where people have already entered in their availability. So putting on our caseworker hat, now we'll go over adding in events of when your availability. Let's say I'm going to be available on next Tuesday to go on casework. I can double click on that square and put my name, Mark. And if I want to be a second only, I can add that. Or if there's any time constraints, you can also put that also, PM only. In this case, will be a primary available for the whole day. You'll want to double check down here that next to the calendar icon that it says SVDP. So the last thing you want to do is to create an entry in the wrong calendar. Once we're here, we can press save. And there's my entry for next Tuesday. If I have a many to enter, we can use the repeating option. So I want to modify this by double clicking this. And then I can use the repeat function to say, oh, I want this every single Tuesday, or I want it daily. And this will create a repeating event. In this case, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to single click, press the edit button and remove the repeating. Does not repeat there. Okay, so repeat that option for every single day that you're available. Now, let's put on the hat of an intake person. So an intake person, when they open up the calendar and they have a case and they want to assign the case, so they would look at the St. Vincent de Paul calendar and see who's available. Let's say a call came in today. I could see that, oh, tomorrow, Beth, Dan, and Sue are available. So that person would go ahead and call these people and see see what makes sense, who it makes sense to actually go and assign as a primary or secondary. Okay, so that's an intake person using this tool. Now let's talk about the there's one thing that I want to mention is that we've been looking at one calendar at a time. It is possible to view both calendars, your personal calendar, or more than one calendar. So I'm going to turn on both calendars, and so that could help you figure out, okay, if I'm adding in my availability, what's going on in your personal calendar. It is very busy though, so I would suggest that when you're creating events in the St. Vincent de Paul calendar, that you only have one calendar up at one time. It's very easy to add an event in the wrong calendar. So to keep things straight, their calendars are color coded. You can see the color code key right here in the My Calendar list. Incidentally, if you don't see the My Calendar list, it may be rolled up, so you want to expand it right here. So my calendar is blue, St. Vincent de Paul is gray, but those are temporary colors only. As a matter of fact, if I log into a different web browser on a different device, more than likely there'll be a different color. So, but the colors are used just to differentiate which events go to which calendar for a given view. So, yeah, that's how kind of separate. But once again, when you're adding events, just have the St. Vincent de Paul calendar up. Okay, the last use case I would like to go over is for the people who have the phone duty and will share that phone duty and pass that along. So we add entries for when people or who has the phone for the entire week. So let's say if Buzz has the phone from tomorrow to next Tuesday, I'm going to create an event. So you can create a long event by dragging across that span and creating the event here. Just start the event by adding a phone so we can differentiate from an availability. Put Buzz here. So once again, I'm checking my calendar. That's the correct calendar. It's gray here. Save. There. We can also create another event. So if Buzz knows that Eve is going to have the phone next, then I'm going to do this slightly different. I'm going to double click on the 15th and put in phone Eve. But now I'm going to change the span in here instead of dragging before I created. Now I have the event will start from the 15th all the way to the May the 21st. Will be called phone dash Eve. Save there. And so we want to create those just as soon as we know that the commitment of having the phone. Certainly, if you get the phone, you want to make sure that you put an entry in that you have the phone this week. Okay, so that talks about putting in phone entries for phone coordination. And we talked about adding in and viewing your case availability. So I hope this helped. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.